Hey y'all, I'm back. I was like, the minute I ended the live stream, I saw Uberman Tampa was on. So I said, let me hurry up and come back. So hopefully you'll come back in a few minutes. It was so I was surprised to see you on my chat. That's why I came back. Okay, I'm trying to let me see. Now I'm trying to download this video. Hey, two people. I try not to end it so quickly because I know it takes some time for people to come on. I know it's kind of dark here, so it was just these lights. I need to replace this light switch or whatever in this room, along with a whole bunch of other things. So basically, I came back because I saw Scott, old man Tampa, was on. So I wish I did the live stream, not live stream, yeah, StreamYard. So if you wanted to come on, I could chat with you before I go to bed. Okay, let me see. I hope I did this right. Let me think. Mm, okay, I think, yeah, I choose this. Okay, so this is. Okay, I did my second video that I edited myself now. Like I said, don't judge because I'm new to this. So let me see. My day with Spark. And I guess I put in parentheses Walmart deliveries. And how store and how and let me see, over $100. Uh-oh. Dang. Title used too long. Okay, let me see. I'm still here trying to download this video, y'all. Y'all gonna see it in a few minutes, but basically it's like how my day went. We're doing Spark. Even though it took me a minute to get it done, but it was raining so hard and it was cold, and you know, I was trying to find this. Hey, Uberman Tampa. So, it's been hectic, but I'm not gonna complain because I should be blessed that I have a home, even though it's just a working process. And then trying to deal with my neuropia, with even though I haven't been doing good, I've been drinking soda and eating too much stuff with too much salt and everything else. But I have to change. I gotta change. I sure do. You know what? Let me shorten this title with gift cards. I think that's enough. Okay, I'll do that. All right. I did my second video that I managed to edit. So I used the iMovie on the iPhone. All this time I had iPhones and I was like trying to figure out how to do it. And I said, you know what? I finally just took my time and really started. And, I looked at a YouTube video on how to use the iMovie. So, it'll get better. I posted a video of me on a call with the landlord, basically calling me a what? He's an ass. You know what? You, I know you may not say you don't have no money for an attorney, but all the shenanigans that these, what you call those landlords, deadbeat landlords or whatever, try to take advantage of people. Um, you know what? I'll go on the news. I will go on the local TV news. Find out, whoever that local station TV news is. It's a segment. I know most news agencies or news stations, they have segments where people, if I call a lawyer, I'll be put a no, no, you won't. No, you wouldn't. Code enforcement only handles issues like in terms of things pertaining to city property and things of that nature. If anything, he could be fined. But code enforcement doesn't have the authority to um, evict people or throw people out. So I wouldn't even worry about that. And as for a lawyer, you're not gonna be put out. I just think that, you know, Scott, you're going through a lot of stress. And I know how it feels. Trust me. Years ago when I was young, when I lived on my own, when my parents, my mother really told me, you 18, you'll be on your own. I remember I was renting a room in a house, and these Jamaican people owned a house in Queens, in New York. And they literally came over there in the middle of the night, took the hinges off the door, and told me to leave. See, I got scared because I didn't know where to go and what to do. But I managed to have like a school counselor that went to college in New York initially. He helped me stay with him and his family and his daughter until I found some place to live in a dormitory at Long Island University that had like anybody could rent rooms at the college dorm. It was downtown Brooklyn at Long Island University. And then at one time, I literally stayed on the train. I mean, it's a long story. I don't even want to get back to this. That was so long ago. So long ago. But trust me, I know how it feels to feel vulnerable and taken advantage of, especially when it comes to housing. But trust me, if I was ever one day tell my story of the things that I went through, And that wasn't just one time either. It was a couple of times. I left. Oh, just me thinking about it. You know, I was staying with other relatives at the time, and after a while, you could stay with them a few weeks, but after that, psh, and I remember I was staying with some people who I met and thought, not to say we were friends, but I remember they stole my stuff. I could they wouldn't give me my things because they were trying to jack me for money. I mean, trust me, I went through hell. I went through hell. I really did. And I think that the reason why when some people give me a little sad story, like the housemate that I had a couple of months ago, back in July, that person they had no place. I'm not gonna say the person's name, but some of y'all know who I'm talking about. And I let him stay because I was like, I said, okay, well, I didn't want to be in this house by myself. And I wasn't desperate for money or whatever. I just needed like some housemate or whatever. And I figured in my past, I've been, fortunate to overcome being almost homeless. Because the only reason why I say almost homeless is because one time when I lived in New York, I literally stayed on the train all night. I had no place to go. And those Jamaican people threw me out of that house. And well, that room that I was renting, I had no place to go, and I was living on it. I was staying on a train, a subway train, all night, going up and down in New York until even when I think about the ordeals that I went through, and this was in New York, and then when I moved to South Carolina, that was, you know, it was somewhat a little bit better, but it was hell. Trust me. And that's why I always make this comment: don't move to Atlanta because a lot of people move to Atlanta, they have no place to go. I remember I put an ad out on Craigslist to rent one of my rooms in my house. And I literally got call after call after call of somebody wanted a room. One guy, he looked at handsome and stuff, but he was like, when can you move in? No, I said I wanted to do a background check and everything. He said, but I could move tomorrow. I could come from Alabama and I could drive Uber and he had no job. These people, they had no job. They figured, oh, I'll move to Atlanta and then I could do Uber to pay the bills and the rent. Ooh, I was like, mm-mm. Let me see. I have two landlords and one home meeting. What? You know what? Don't let these people intimidate you. Don't let nobody muscle you in with that bullshit of, I can let mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. And I would, you know what? And if they were to even budge to think they could that they could think they could do that, I'll just call the police. I say, And trust me, they cannot lock your doors. They cannot do nothing like that. Nothing of the sort. I know one thing. They're gonna meet the wrong bitch if somebody was to ever do that to me. I mean, they did, to be honest. They done it, but I was young and I didn't know better in the sense of what my rights were and things, the recourse that I could have took. Exactly, they're not. Let me ask you something. What race are these people in that owns this trailer park or whatever? Because there ain't no way it could be one of those big corporations that buy these trailer parks and try to impose fees after fees after fees. I submitted my products today to a store. Oh, you mean your product line that you were selling the candles and soaps and stuff? Well, that's good. That is good. I've been looking at your website. I looked at your website, by the way. It's very good. All right, y'all. If anybody's watching this video, please drop the link in the chat, Scott, and then so we could give more support from my subscribers. You my subscribers too, but hopefully you did subscribe to my channel. I am nowhere close to no 1,000 subscribers, but it is a good way to support. I guess if you ever decide to come and visit, if you ever could make a run through Georgia, Stone Mountain to be exact, you can always drop me a line. You don't have to be about it. Well, you could tell me the website on your in the because I thought, well, dang, at least what's the name would be on here. Well, just put the website on the in the chat, and I'll copy it and paste it. See if I could do it. But man, let me tell you, today with Spark, whew, it took me all day. I only did 2 deliveries, but it was like multiple people. And oh goodness, my feet. Let me see. I mean, I made $98.63, but it was multiple orders. Let me look at this, see what happened, because the first one I had 7 customers basically, and when I started, I went to one of the Walmarts, and 12:43. That's when I got to the dang store. Wait a minute, no, I got to the Walmart at 12:28 p.m. and then I waited for them to come out to bring the stuff, and then it was 12:43 when I started delivering, and then it was smooth at first. 12:43, 12:51, then 1:02, 1:17 p.m., 1:31 p.m., and then 1:44 p.m., and then 1:55 p.m. So that's what time I had finished that first batch. I wasn't nowhere close to the closer Walmart at the time, so I had to go. So when I accepted the next order, I went back. So about 2 o'clock or so, that's when traffic starts to build up a little bit, like the school buses and stuff like that. Then it started to rain, and then when I got to the Walmart, where to a different Walmart, then I'm sitting there waiting. And then there was 2 orders, and it was like $27. So when the guy finally came, he told me, well, one of the orders wasn't ready. And then the other one, when I looked at it, I saw it was a cases of water, big ass case of water. And I was like, so I was going, and I was looking at the address. I said, hell no. It wanted me to go to like the perimeter mall area. And I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't going over there. And it was like an apartment. And I was like, I said, nope. I said, no, you can cancel that one. Because if the other one ain't ready, I'm not going to take that one, because it wouldn't have been $27. At that point, it would have been reduced, based on the mileage and stuff. So it wouldn't have been worth it. So when I did get a bunch of orders, a whole bunch of orders came through. So I'm scrolling through the Spark. One of the orders, which I said, nope, I ain't taking that one. I looked, previewed it. It had tip $1. Fuck no. Hell no. So when I saw that the tip was $1, I said, I ain't taking that one. But it had like 3 or 4 orders. You had to choose. I wish I could figure out how to do this phone where I could choose and show what's on my screen. while I'm driving about, but I don't have no yeah. Yeah, okay, how you gonna? And I was like, who? I said, who the hell gonna take that? And the only reason why people would take that is because when they have these incentives, like if you take a certain, you have to do like 12 deliveries if they order on .com, on Walmart.com, and then they'll give you a bonus. But the incentives don't make no sense because they take it so long at these dang Walmarts. You be waiting 30 minutes, 40. One time I waited for an hour. And I called out Walmart and he was like, oh well, um, it'll be $2.50 just for you to show up. I'm like hell it is. So at that point I told him, nope, cancel it. I don't want it. So then another order came in, the one that I just got through doing. Let me see. Uber ordering 20. You should have put you ain't you if you curse it ain't gonna make no difference. Cause I curse all day, every day on this YouTube channel, that is, when it pisses me off. So I did after that. An order came up. It was like about $60, right? $59 and some change. I said, "Ooh, I'll take that." So at that point, I had to go to a different Walmart, but it was only like 5 miles away. So I said, "I'll go over there and get it." And I've been there before, and I saw the areas that I had to go to. And it's fact 57.49. That's the so this one. When you see the video that I just downloaded, it'll go through some of the things. So I went to the another one. I got to the Walmart at 3:31. So I had to go to the bathroom. I said, "Oh, I gotta pee." So I ran, and they had 13 orders going 40.7 miles, and it's literally in a straight line. I wish I could show y'all this screen because literally the way they map it out, you're literally driving a straight. Let me see. Dang, you can't see that. So so I started. I left there 3:31. The first three addresses was like a mile and a half apart from each other. So it was 3:41 I delivered, 3:53 for the second. Then this is when I started had to go a little bit further, 4:23, 4:50, 5:08, 5:54, 6:24. These are the times that I got there to each one. 6:55, 7:11, 7:25, 7:40, 8:32. Now, in between some of these trips, I went to I had small orders. When you see that video, I had little orders. Nothing big, nothing bulky. One person had a box of cereal. I had to go to a nursing home. So I assumed that someone bought it for the mother and they had bought her cereal. That was a nursing home. It wasn't that bad. But the worst thing was trying to get out of the nursing home because it was like it was an apartment. And then I went in the reception. She's standing talking to the phone. Yeah, he almost lived to be 100. And then I'm saying I was going upstairs to do a delivery at it was on the fourth floor, basically. All right, go ahead and make a left. And then I started walking, made a left. Man, you got to go this way. That's the left. No, ma'am, that's not my that's not a left. That's on my right. No, I was going on the right. She told me go to and put it this way. She telling me to turn a certain way. I said, "Ma'am, that's the right. That's not the left." I said, "I ain't got time to argue with nobody." So I went there, got up there, delivered it. You know, Thank you. Said Merry Christmas. Went down. Then I tried to go back downstairs to the car. And she said, "Oh, you can just take the elevator down there." So it was a different elevator that I got on from the entry where I was at. So I get on the elevator. I said, "Where's the exit?" Then when I got to the other side, I said, "No, where's the other black lady that was sitting at the desk?" Because that's the side I went on. So it was like almost like a dang different way. So I said, "Oh, hell no." Then I ended up going in this circle. So I went to the desk. I said, "Excuse me, where's the entry to?" I said, "Just walk me where it is because I don't, you telling me to go on the second floor, get off and make a right and make a left and all that kind of crap. Just stopping by. Hope you've been, hey, Hey, I ain't never seen your name before. What should matter? Hey, what should matter? I've been well, Stephanie. I figure out who you are because I know one of my coworkers at Amazon is a subscriber. She saw me at work one day, and I didn't recognize. She recognized me, but y'all don't show your face, so I don't know who y'all are unless y'all have a YouTube video. So then, when I finally found my car, finally found where I was supposed to be, I went on proceeding to the next, to the next deliveries. Pretty much all deliveries was pretty good except for the next to the last order. I put the thing. I followed by the Google Map GPS. I called the customer. Nobody picked up the phone. It was so pitch black. It looked like I was going into the woods, and it was like a private gate where you had to click the buzzer to get in because that's where the house was. But I couldn't see anything. Here it go. I no, I changed my channel name almost a year ago. Me and my sister. Okay. Well, drop your video link so I can see because I can't remember. People change the number. And I probably know who you are once I look at it. So when I called again, I said, "Excuse me, this is your Walmart delivery. I cannot find your address." He's Asian. They put it in the GPS. Sorry, I said I already put it in the GPS. I'm not asking you if what did I put in there. I told him I repeated his address. That's the address I put. Do you have a? Are you in a gate or your house located? Because it says I have to come and enter to some kind of gate, and it's dark and I don't see where it says I try to drive. Maybe I said maybe if I drive a different street it'll take me somewhere to the back. It took me to the same spot three different times, so they're already holding me up. So at that point I just simply swiped on the app, can't find the address. It says return item to the store. So I said let me do this last and final one. So the last and final one I did. Then I said, oh hell. So luckily for me, when I had to go back to the store from the last one that I dropped off at, the store was 10 miles away. So when people make videos, especially about Spark, I'm only trying to drive 6 and 5 miles. And that you ain't gonna make no money driving no 5 freaking miles, 6 miles, and thinking you're gonna get $20, $30 for an order. Unless you delivering a big ass TV or you delivering 50,000 cases of water and they paying you for the delivering bulk stuff, that's the only way you're gonna see maybe $20 or somebody give you a big tip. And most of the time they not. They won't. So the way I look at it is if I get $60 to deliver 6, 7, 8, maybe 10, 12, 13 customers, I might as well do that because those little small orders, people waiting, looking through the thing, it's be $12, 13, $20, whatever. It's based on miles and it's based on complexity of if it's a heavy item or whatever, or people keep rejecting it and then um, they'll try to give a little bit more to get someone to take it. Otherwise, I don't follow through all these. Let me give you a suggestion and you can make more. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Because the minute people stop rejecting orders and say no, no, and you start, don't be surprised when oh hell, don't be surprised if Spark or Rody for this case, because I do Rody too. I just started doing Rody after 4 years, and then they got bought out by UPS. Rody also takes um, Walmart deliveries, but they also expanded with Rody doing Home Depot, um, whatchamacallit, Spark does for Home Depot as well. So I'm like, dang. I just saw somebody video on YouTube. I'm gonna watch it after I get off. They was bringing it up. So Rody and Spark, it almost seems like it's the same company, but it's not. But you're right, Scott. You ain't got this. Doing these apps is not meant to is not to make you rich. It's just a supplement. That's all it is. Supplement your income if you have a W-2 job, or you need a little part-time job to, to save for whatever, especially with prices going up, rent going up. I got my email the other day with my utility company. I don't know if that was the electric or the gas, but I know I have it through the same company. That thing said, I know that thing. I said, I know that thing did not say no $200. And I know I've been running this heat, but this is supposed to be energy efficient. So I'm going to look, because there ain't no hell in the way Walter EMC should be that high. Can't be. Let me see. Unless one of the payments, let me see. Walton Gas. Nope, that ain't it. What the hell? Let me see. $226.36. I know ain't no way in hell I have my payment on auto draft. So I don't know what's wrong with these. I don't, I'm gonna have to call them tomorrow, because that better be 2 months, not 1 month bill. But I know I have automated payments to come out of my account. But lately, I don't know what's wrong with these dumbass people. I update my payment card on my account, and then they say, "Oh, you didn't pay your bill." I said, "We didn't get no pay." I said, "I just left the payment." It's so stupid with Walter D. I wish I never changed over from Georgia Power and kept my electric bill to another company, because ever since I decided to choose them for both gas and electric, they've been messing up my account. I said, is it one bill or is it two separate accounts? So I'm gonna find out tomorrow. But because I don't be late. I know I'll be late on HOA fees, but and I'm so behind. They got a lien on mine. But I sent them a check at the office 2 weeks ago for $700. The lady got me so distracted that I was meant to write a check for $7,000, just to kind of pay the majority of the fees that I owed. That she got me distracted that I wrote it for $700. Now y'all probably saying, "Well, damn, Teresa, you got that much money in your account?" No, that's my emergency fund that I had to take and transfer to the checking, because I'm trying to get rid of um, these unnecessary bills. Now I can't do nothing about the student loans. That you know, I'll never finish paying that off. My mortgage will be paid off before I pay the student loan off. That's how bad it is. And my mortgage is going to be paid off in full according to my schedule 9 years from now. Yep, 9 years, which will make it hmm, I've lived in this house for 11, no, 13, has it really been 13 years? I don't know. I've been trying to pay a little bit extra every month when I pay my mortgage, because I'm not trying to keep, to be honest, I really don't want to live here no more. I don't want to live here anymore. I had someone at work tell me, you know, this, he was like, "Well, I've been doing construction," some, trans guy. And he was like, "Well, my husband, I was married to a Mexican, and we got divorced because he was trying to, and I had, he was bragging about something, but I was like, but yet you moved to Georgia from Atlanta, from Utah, living in a house with 11 other people, and he made it sound like he had this big old business and stuff, and he talking about he knows real estate, this, that, or whatever. And he said, I just decided to settle with the government. And they said, I just take it all. I was like, nah, something didn't sound right. Something ain't found right in that cookie. But he was trying to tell me how I could rent each room in this house, um, hire a project man, which I already knew that I could get a project manager and eventually not sell this house and not just simply rent this house out. But I need to do a lot of fixing up. I need to do a lot of upgrades. I'm not doing no expensive upgrades. I'm going to do something very basic for rental because if I renovate this whole house, it's going to take me at least maybe a year to save up the money, and I can't even find a trustworthy person that I would even trust them to do an upgrade. Because I'm so afraid they would steal my money and go. And then so he's telling me, well, I got a cousin. I said I don't deal with black folks when it comes to doing projects because every time I try to, I gave a black person to do the flooring downstairs and to do certain things, the thing was jacked up. I wasn't trying to be cheap because I knew that if I go cheap and I made that mistake, felt sorry because he had no place to go, and I said okay, and I figured because he worked at Lowe's that he could do flooring. That thing's so jacked up downstairs is ridiculous. I said okay, I'm gonna keep this floor for 11 years, get my little money's worth, and then when 12, 11 years pass, I'm gonna tear this floor up and get somebody to do it right and do it correctly. But since then, there've been so many materials that's been updated from the time I replaced the floor, and every time I call a black person to do something, they don't come back. They don't give me the quote when they say they're gonna give me a quote. They give you a quote like they just wrote it on a spreadsheet and emailed me at the last second when I asked them 2, 3 times. I said nope. And my father always said, do not trust nobody who come down the street and they ain't got no paper, hand, ruler, um, nothing, measuring tape, nothing. And lo and behold, the one advice when it comes to finding a contractor that I broke, and I was a teenager, my father told me that. And I found a way to say, okay, I'll let you do it. Pfft, never again. So I told that person, my coworker, I said, no. I said, I don't trust nope. I said, what? I said, mm-mm. I said, I want no black people come here and fix my house. Because one, they be late. Number two, they always want they always want 70, 80% of the money. It's just, they overpriced. I said, how the hell did Jose quoted me $8,000 to do a bathroom renovation? This dumb Negro coming here telling me 15, 16, 18, 20,000. What the hell? For a small bathroom, you not even. I said, ain't no way. Now, I may have made a mistake in the beginning when I first moved here and and was quick to buy a bunch of stuff at one point, replace all 22 windows, put new flooring down, a whole bunch of stuff. And I should have waited. But I always should have, I always had a frame of thought that every year I'll have a certain amount of budget to devote to home improvements. So last year, when I bought my brand new entry door, but I didn't buy it used. I didn't buy Home Depot or Lowe's. So I wish I did. But I went and bought this place that I found that sold like used doors and stuff. I turned around and called myself painting the door. The thing's so messed up. So messed up. I was like, dang it. So next spring, because I'm not doing it right now. Next spring, I'm going to repaint that door at an authorized color that the homeowner association said I could paint only. I turned around, painted the door, but not even on the color scale on the wheel. So that's what I have to do next spring. But the door is secure, put it that way. And I'm gonna try to learn to do little things myself to fix things up. And any major things, I just have to wait. I just have to wait. But eventually, I'm not gonna stay here too long. I don't like Atlanta anymore. I never really did like it, to be honest. Things have gotten too crazy around here. Crime, just recently, right up the street in Snellville. I always be talking about Snellville. but it's like literally like 3 miles down the road. Some lady got killed at this old raggedy car dealership. I call it raggedy because I always see it at the corner, and I was so shocked when that happened up there in Snellville. I was like, "What? I pass by there every day." And I was shocked. And then around the corner from me, at the gas station, I don't go and buy shit from that gas station. Those ghetto fied niggerish ass gas stations where those bums be hanging out and people be carrying on, and someone got shot over there. I was like, hell no. I said, what? At the Citgo gas station, right? That's why I don't go over there. That's why I don't during it. I used to do those candy deliveries, and I used to do my merchandising assignments, and I had to go to those convenience stores when I was doing them, and those Indian people like, wait, we cannot take no pictures in the house. You cannot do what you doing. And I said I wouldn't even get a napkin at those nasty ass places. You couldn't even give me a napkin to buy nothing. I used to go and I used to do those merchandising for the candies for that company I used to work for. And I would come in there, they always be wanting the free candies. It'll be those old style candies too. And those places was in the hood. And every time I used to go to some of those places, they in the broad daylight, people be ready to fight. I was like, nigga, but I was like, let me hurry up and get on out of here before people these niggas start shooting. And I used to hate going to those stores, and that was my territory. I was like, hell no. But those little raggedy convenience stores, nope, no, no, no. And Atlanta, it just got too crazy. Just too much. Just too much. So I mind me just go back to South Carolina. My mother moved out of the Bronx. She lives in South Carolina, nice community, Goose Creek. I don't know if y'all ever remember me showing y'all the video, not of my mother, but of when I was in South Carolina during the holiday. When I was in the sitting in the back sunroom facing the golf course and chilling with the dogs and cats that my mother had. Well, it was really the two dogs, Peppy and Chi Chi, and the other dog. What's the other dog name? Peppy, Chi Chi. Y'all know the other one. But anywho, even when my mother moved out of the Bronx in New York, I remember when we bought the house. She didn't want to live in Yonkers and White Plains and upstate New York because she was like, "It's too many white people." And she wanted to live, somewhere with black folks. And then we moved and got a house right across the street from the East Chester Projects, across the street. And she would, and she said, "Hey, people, they live in the projects. They don't have no pride. They don't have no house. They don't care how it look." And people have to always make sure that place still clean. Because the neighborhood I lived in or grew up in the Bronx, it was pretty decent. It was not beyond, it was no crime. It was real nice. It was the nicer part of the Bronx. But after 40, 50, almost 45 years, my mother lived in New York. And my father passed away a few years ago. Not years ago. Has it really been? Dang, it might be a long time now. She decided to move to South Carolina, sold that house. The mortgage was paid off, way been paid off. And I remember that house cost $139,000 or something like that. For some reason, I always knew that number. And my mother paid that mortgage off real quick. In terms, back in the day, when that house got sold in New York, that house got sold in the Bronx. It was, what did it? I want to say it was like either 680,000 plus dollars, or something like that. It was pretty good. This was a few years ago. Y'all remember when I told that story, when I told you my mother's moving out the Bronx? Because I think I used to take some videos when I was in New York too. I don't remember. Anywho, but the next time the house she bought, she was showed me and my sister, said, showed us the house she was looking at and stuff like that, and it was like maybe in the low 200s. I was, so she sold that house in New York, and they had, she already paid off the mortgage, and she had upgraded her house in the Bronx too. And she told me, do not do no major upgrades until, and I paid off the mortgage. So if I'm not planning on living here, I'm not doing no major upgrades. I'm gonna do some upgrades when I sell it, if I decide to sell it, or I'm gonna rent it. I'm not doing no Section 8. That is not gonna be the question. But I will rent it, or I'm gonna sell it when I'm ready to move. I don't know. I have to see what happens. But I bought this house for 119. No, 117. The house appraised, even then it was 130. And this was the economic downturn back in 2009. So even then, this house is valued at 180, something like that. No, it's more than that. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I'm not buying another home. I don't want to buy another home unless I sell this one outright and buy something else cheaper in the country. Well, it's really suburbs now because Charleston, South Carolina, that low country and the upstate of South, it's changed a lot. Let me tell you. But I'm just kind of tired of Atlanta. I really am. Tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And, you know, I'm 54 years old. That means I have less life than I have remaining, meaning that I'm halfway through my life. I live to be 100. I lived more than a little bit more than half my life. And I don't, and being single, I don't have any children. I don't have any obligations to even stay here in Atlanta. Even if I decided to just, if everything works out, at a certain point, work a half a year or work a majority of the year. Because, I tell you, I still work at TurboTax and that started. I got to do my training tomorrow. I got to finish my training tomorrow, at least the majority of it. So, um, that's during the tax season. So, January to about April, even though I am started earlier than typically they would start. But I really enjoy the new role that I'll be playing. I won't be on the phone with customers. I won't be on the chat with customers. But the customers that I'll be dealing with is more internal, like managers, helping managers, training, and helping coworkers too. And from what I hear from people who were previous leads, they were like they enjoyed it. They said they loved it, and they got promoted to manager. So it's opportunities to move up. And I said, finally, I'm being recognized for something that I know to do and not be stuck. So, but I completed my Salesforce training, but I'm still studying for the test. But the way I look at it, I'm gonna still study because I'm gonna take the exam in next month in January. I was supposed to have taken it next week, but I changed the date because I said I'm not ready. But if I find another position more corporate wise, I want something more flexible because I'm tired of working at Amazon, physical labor. Even though I am kind of on hiatus right now because of a situation that happened. I don't want to say it here because one of the persons who work with me it also knows my channel and they be spying in the background, lurking in the background. But I'm getting a little bit tired of Amazon. I mean, you know what? I've been there a year. Let me see. June, wait, July. A year and 5 months. Can you believe it? Now, technically, I worked there in the past. but not as long as I am now. But it's hard. It's not the physical work in the warehouse, even though depending on what you're doing, they say, oh, you can pack or you can pick or you can, stow or whatever, it's just too much for, I mean, there's not that many older people who work there. I mean, there's some older people, but they're not doing that physical hard labor work for sure. I can tell you that. Even um, the position that I did, the box come down the row and then you open them up and then you put them in the yellow bins, you know, to do 400 or 500 per hour and this and that or whatever. That could take a lot on someone as you get older. It take effect on your feet. It could take effect on, you know, a lot of things. But that's why I take advantage of the opportunities of career choice and um, trying to apply for something that's not so demanding. So I wanted, I'm still trying to wait and see if they give me a position involving software engineering or software development, even technical sales, because I finished the training for that with this other program that I was telling y'all about. But I haven't heard anything. I still updated my resume, still apply. Um, but I was supposed to have like a pre-interview for a sales position in technical sales a few date last week sometime, and they emailed me back and said that they had to cancel because they were no longer the company had to take a freeze of hiring, and that's what had concerned me when I first took the training for Salesforce Academy with the technical sales. I said, well, with the economy being supposedly slowing down and the recession coming, how is it going to help the industry in technical sales if companies do not have the money to get the software that we tried that they want people to sell? How is that going to be for people who are working as a what they call SDR, sales development role? Oh, it's going to be some positions, and I keep questioning them, and they keep on acting all silly. But I did finish the program. But then I said, dang, Salesforce laid off people, Microsoft, not Microsoft, Facebook, and a whole these big tech companies were laying people off. And that was one of my main concerns. So a lot of my cohorts that was in the program with me, they managed to find a position. It was a few months ago, but I'm curious to see what happened 6 months later, you know, because if your whole job is to be on the phone, call people, make appointments, sell products, do this, I can't see it. That's why I was kind of like skeptical about, is that what I really want to do? Now I know I'm good at sales, but I said no because things are going to change. But you know, but when I was doing my training this week with TurboTax, it turns around that I will be part of my job is doing Salesforce. So I need to speak to my career counselor next week and tell her, I found out that the position that I currently have, I'll be doing Salesforce as well. But they using the classic. So I'm gonna have to talk to her about it. But I am getting paid way more than I did when I first started with TurboTax 2 seasons ago. So that's a good thing. But um, I'm trying to figure out if my tax business that I'm about to implement will I still have the time to do it? So I don't want to um, have like 20, 30 customers at one time doing their taxes because I know if I put it out there, I'm gonna get some clients. So I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do as many. So for those who I've done taxes for in the past, I'm gonna still do your tax return. You know who you are. Just hit me up when the tax season begins. Anybody else who needs help or assistance, I'll probably do something um, on my channel as well, since I know how to somewhat edit videos. I can't say it's perfect, y'all, but let me see if my video downloaded. But I'm improving on my YouTube channel just a little bit. All right. Oops. I've been on here 55 minutes. So what should matter? I'll go back and check your channel. I'll click on your name and see. Let me see. I thought I could be able to look at it. How do I check somebody's YouTube video when I'm on here? Oh, Uberman Tampa, let me make you a moderator too while I'm there. All right. Uberman Tampa, you're now a moderator on my channel. I'll see about what should matter. I'll add you as a moderator too. It ain't like I got a lot of moderators. It ain't like I got a lot of subscribers either. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. And I got to work tomorrow at Amazon. And what else I got to do? I got to work tomorrow at TurboTax. At least part of the day, because I need to do my train. I need to finish up my training. And I might do some Spark deliveries, and I may do some roadie based on if it's close in the area. Because if it is, I'm gonna try to do some roadie. But I'm not gonna be out there all day. That's for sure. I gotta be at work at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. at Amazon. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Thank you for listening to me. And just check out my video once it's finished downloading. Tell me what y'all think about it. But Scott, just hang in there. It will get better. I'm gonna do my research on it more, but like I tell you, I would don't don't be don't don't think that they could come in there and throw you out and do all that kind of crazy stuff because they can't. They cannot. So I don't know what kind of people these are. I don't know if it's a corporate, but this don't I would do a little research. I would do a little search on these people who bought this property. Look it up on the property tax records or something, and see who owns that property and own that land. It will display it. What? Not Sharky Phelps coming on here after all this time? Where you been? I ain't seen you in like forever. Y'all just pop on up out of nowhere. Yeah, I know. People, that's why I keep saying stop being in the background. Because I don't know who be in the background. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up too. I should have more than 5. Even if you don't come in the chat and say hey or speak, the thumbs up will much like gladly be appreciated. Okay, well I know you do, but I'm saying the ones who be lurking in the background, cause I be it ain't like I got a lot of people that be on my channel, so I know who gives me a thumbs up and who don't. Okay, well I appreciate it. I don't know why y'all never want to come on the stream yard. When I do stream yard, I say come on in the room and chat. You ain't gotta show your face. Or you just use your TV. No, I understand. All right. Now, since I could go on live on my phone now, what the hell? I could probably go on live tomorrow when I'm at work. Well, I'm gonna try to. No, I can't. Nope. If I go on live and then you see me in the background different from where you're at, that means I'm at break or lunch or doing something. But anywho, let me go. Let me see how things are tomorrow. I need to get up in the morning, do a couple of things, and um, I got so much stuff to do. I should have cooked that thing in a crock pot and let that and cook some nice beef stew, not from no can, but dang it, can't do that. Because if I put it in, see, I want to cook it in that Dutch oven and cook it in the oven. But I didn't buy no I don't know. I didn't buy no potatoes. Maybe I said I wanted to put some potatoes, but I didn't buy no potatoes when I went to the store. Because if I buy a bag of potatoes or 5 pounds of potatoes, sometimes it'll get, I don't know. For some reason, this foods and stuff that you buy, it gets spoiled real fast. And I'm not talking about the stuff you put in the refrigerator. I could put it in a cool place in the pantry, and then if I keep it in the pantry, it's not hot. Then next thing you know, sprouts are growing from the potato, and it ain't been no months either. So, but I don't want to cook that big pack of beef stew. I want to cook half of it because I don't want to cook that big pot because next week is Christmas, and I'll probably be going to South Carolina. I'll just cook half of. I'll cook a little pot of it. I cook. I'll cook half of it. I ain't gonna cook the whole thing because I really want to cook that thing in a. Yeah, that ground, that dirt, that damn Georgia clay dirt. I mean, I did that one time. I put the potato, or say, oh, let me put this in this pot. That thing ain't grew to nothing. I could put it in the ground, but it ain't gonna work. I could put it in the ground, it's not gonna work because most of that backyard is a bunch of weeds. Um, I did try to do a compost for the last few years, so whatever I have compost, I put it in that compost, and but it's been raining, cold, and you have to turn it a certain kind of way. I think it grew into some kind of compost, but maybe next spring when springtime come. Well, you need to take some pictures and show me, but you ain't got no pictures to show me. Send me a Gmail and then you can send it and me see what it look like. I'm gonna put my email in there. You can send me a picture. Now I've been trying to grow a garden. I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to do that for so long. I still got seeds that I bought from a couple years ago because they were saying there was shortages of seeds, and I'm glad I bought seeds when I did because I could still use them whenever when it's time. But ain't nothing gonna grow, not in my backyard. Now maybe if I go to South Carolina to my grandmother, I say, "Can I use this part of land?" Since part of the land's gonna be divvied up between my aunts and uncles and my mother eventually. But I said, I want this part right here, because that's where my grandmother they grew okra, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, peanuts, tobacco, corn, everything. That is one skill that I wished I knew I could really master because the way these prices of food going and groceries, it's ridiculous. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go to bed. I will talk to y'all later, and hopefully, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start showing my results of receipts that I've been keeping track of. So a couple more weeks, it'll be almost a year, and I could tell you how much receipts and how much money I accumulated. It's not a whole lot, but let me tell you, it adds up. That's for sure. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Be safe, and I'll see y'all in the next go round. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. All right, talk to you soon.